Have you ever played a game where you didn't just watch the story happen, but you actually felt it, like you were breathing the same air as the characters? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about a game that completely nailed that feeling. Lost Records Bloom and Rage comes from the original creators of Life is Strange, and it is an absolute masterclass in two things: atmospheric storytelling and character-driven narratives. But what do those buzzwords actually mean, and why does this game do it better than almost anything else out there right now? Let's break it down. Normally, a game tells you a story through dialogue or cutscenes. Atmospheric storytelling is when the world itself does the talking. In Lost Records, you are transported back to the summer of 1995 in a fictional town called Velvet Cove. But the game doesn't just put up a title card that says it's 1995. It makes you feel the sticky summer heat. It uses lighting, gold hour sunsets, and dark shadowy woods to tell you whether you should feel safe or terrified. One of the most brilliant ways the game builds this atmosphere is through Swann's camcorder. You actually view the world through a vintage static-filled lens. It forces you to slow down instead of rushing to the next objective. You're zooming in on old posters, recording your friends joking around, and capturing the mundane, quiet moments. By making you document the world, the game tricks your brain into feeling genuinely nostalgic for a summer you never actually lived through. Now let's talk about the character-driven part. In a lot of action games, the story is plot-driven. A bomb goes off and the main character reacts to it. The events push the character. But in a character-driven game like Lost Records, the characters' personalities, flaws, and relationships push the plot forward. The whole story revolves around these four high school friends who experience something unexplainable in 1995, make a pact to never speak of it again, and reunite 27 years later in 2022. The genius here is how the dialogue system works. It's dynamic. You can choose to interrupt people, ignore them, or jump into a conversation. If you play Swann as shy and observant, the group dynamic shifts. If you play her as more assertive, the other girls react to that. The game doesn't judge your choices as right or wrong. It just naturally molds the friendship based on how you treat people. Here's where the gameplay and the story perfectly lock together: the dual timeline. You're constantly shifting between the teenagers in 1995 and the adults in 2022. Because of this, every choice feels massive. You aren't just deciding what to say to a friend, you're deciding what kind of trauma or baggage that friend is going to carry for the next 3 decades. When you see the adult version of a character acting distant or angry, it hits incredibly hard because you were there in 95. You know exactly what broke them, and you might have even had a hand in it. It takes the choices matter mechanic and gives it actual heavy emotional weight. Lost Records Bloom and Rage doesn't rely on explosions, massive set pieces, or complex combat systems to keep you hooked. It relies on the terrifying, beautiful reality of growing up, keeping secrets, and trying to hold on to your friends. It proves that if you give players a world that feels alive and characters that feel like real flawed human beings, you don't need a massive budget to tell a masterpiece of a story. Honestly, the way they built this world leaves so much on the table. You absolutely need a sequel to see where these characters go next. If you haven't played it yet, do yourself a favor and go in as blind as possible. I think you can get it on discount or maybe even free on PlayStation, but don't quote me on that. If you can, I definitely suggest it. But for the people who did play it, what did you guys think of the game? Did the 1995 nostalgia hit you as hard as it hit me? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the games we love. Catch you in the next one.